Oh, thank you, BC. Just some more information about what has been happening today. A lot of people, observers, international observers, local observers, have been monitoring this exercise. One group that has been on top of the situation is the CSO election situation room. They've been on the ground and they have their people all around almost every part of Edo State, and I have a member of that situation room here, the chairman of Electoral Partners for Electoral Reforms, Ezenwa Nwagu, joins us now on Channels Television. Many thanks, Ezenwa Nwagu, for joining us on Channels Television.
Thank you, sir.
INEC has said it was ready. Security agencies said they were ready. But from your observation so far, is that true?
Well, I think what's important is that we have an eye on the promises that they've made. Polls have opened in many places, and it's been orderly in according to the reports that we're getting. But it's still early, so we'll be able to get a concentration of reports from our loads of observers that are everywhere, and then we'll be able to paint a general picture of what it's been. But generally, I think it's been good.
INEC has not had it smooth in the past elections, but from what you've seen so far, from 8 a.m. up until now, do you think INEC has grown a bit more in the last major elections that we saw?
So, like I said, we can only have a bird-eye view of the situation when we have a general understanding of what's happening in different parts of the state. But from what I have seen, I think that it's fair to say that they've done a good job in the places where I have observed, up from 8 a.m. to 10 this morning when I left another studio to come here.
And talk to us about security deployment and how the police have done their jobs and how we have used security agencies in our elections. What can you tell us from what you can see?
Well, I worry for the fact that I think it diminishes us as a people that we have to throw 25,000, 20,000 drones, helicopters into a state election. I think there is something that is not sitting well with that. It has something to do with our mentality as a people. We shut down the economy of Edo State. We shut down the economy of adjoining states, and we're dealing with a place where majority of our citizens are in the informal sector. So going forward, a conversation needs to start about how we can depolice our elections, how we can begin to ensure that we can do elections without this heavy cost. The cost of mobilizing security alone is enough to provide at least 100 cottage hospitals in Edo State. And we lose that for just 6-7 hours of an election, and I think there's something that is not sitting well on that. So going forward, we must have to address that fact. But all that said, what is important is that the situation now is that in many places you can see that the election is over-policed, in the sense that you have heavy presence of military within the city center and in some of the places that we have gone to. What that may do, it can have two effects. It can inspire confidence, it can also create panic.
Ezenwa Nwagu, Chairman, Partners for Electoral Reforms. Many thanks for talking to us on Channels News. Well, that's you've heard from a national commissioner from INEC and also an election observer from the situation room, and people are still waiting. It's sunny here. The temperature is well over 27 degrees, and everybody is still waiting to vote. That is the atmosphere here at the Agbado Primary School here in Akwakwava in Benin City. Yes, Sean Kimaloya is back to you in the studio now.